Crypto Dough Show. Now, today we're talking about Tether. We're talking about the S&P, the old traditional stock brokerage, right? Which to me has nothing on crypto, but it's part of diversification. But as far as gains, it has absolutely nothing on crypto. So I'm gonna let you guys know the news that I read earlier about the S&P degrading Tether because it owns risk on assets, high risk assets, like they say. And the high risk assets, like they say, is they own Bitcoin, bonds, and treasuries. I said, what? You're supposed to own Bitcoin. You're supposed to own bonds, especially when inflation is introduced, right? You're supposed to own these things. That only makes sense. Then I thought about it and I said, oh, I see why they're upset. And this is the same thing to me JP Morgan did before they got on the bandwagon. First, they bashed you for owning it. Now, am I a fan of Tether? No, I don't really like USDT, but I understand that he's in cahoots with Trump, with the President Trump, meaning that it may be some form of negotiation going, because I believe last time I checked, Tether is pinged to Bitcoin. If Tether falls, Bitcoin falls. So they're going to do, and last time I checked, Tether isn't registered in the United States. It is a foreign asset, or foreign stablecoin, which means that, and this is why I think he's aligned with Trump, right? It means that they're going to have some type of establishment in the United States. That's what I see. They're not going to tell you that, but that's just what I foresee. Why else is he part of Trump Council? I mean, you got to give something to get something, and maybe that's what they plan on giving. They have, to me, the dominance over Bitcoin, which means if Tether fails, Bitcoin fails, because trillions of dollars flow through Tether, which then lands in Bitcoin's lap. So I think S&P, the old traditional way, is hating on the new way. And like the same thing JP Morgan's did, the same thing Jamie Dimon did, right? First they tell you don't get with it, it's a scam, it's a fraud, and then the next thing you know, they themselves are with it. You're like, huh? If confusion was a word, you're like, huh? If confusion was a person, you'd be like, what? Now, you said, huh? You're telling me that you told me that Bitcoin, you would never have Bitcoin on your balance sheet. It's a scam. You won't never have stable coins. Anything dealing with crypto is a fraud. And next thing you know, you have it on your sheet. You just created JPMD, your own stable coin? Huh? Okay. This just makes me want to double down. I posted it on my channel earlier, the article that it wasn't really an article. I typed it in AI. But it was an article on CoinDesk, on Google. It's a lot of different articles, right? And they stated that the S&P is degrading Tether. Why? Because they own bonds and Bitcoins and high-risk assets. I said, well, don't y'all own high-risk assets? Oh, y'all mad because y'all don't own Bitcoin. I totally get it. Maybe this is the schematics to drop Bitcoin price down so you guys can go and buy. Makes sense to me. Angie said, hey, what's going on? Reggie Rodriguez said, hey, what's going on? Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. Now, that's just the minor news that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the BS on how they're trying to get you to run out the market. They're trying to introduce so much fear, like crypto is a scam. They've been trying to do the same tactics for a while. I've been here well over 6 years. I'm Crypto Doe, here to share everything I know with you guys so together we can go further than Wells Fargo. Now, don't listen to the hype. Do your own research, do your own, make sure you have your own convictions, right? And you get on board to projects that you believe in. Another project that I've been highly diving in is Linear and the Reactive Token. Those are my two top new research projects. I do tons of research on them. I keep up with them. I check their Twitter out, everything that I need to check out, see who they're connected with, their ecosystem, all see their liquidity, see which, who, or what brokerage firm plan on having them up next. Is it Uphold? Is it Binance? Is it the base chain? So I'm all in it. I'm all in it. MH Media said, hey dude, what's up? What's going on? But anyway, so another thing I wanted to talk about, this bull trap. So first we talked about the news stating that the S&P is degrading Tether, and you know Bitcoin is pegged, or Tether is pegged to Bitcoin, so it's trillions of dollars coming in USDT. Whether you like it or not, I don't really like them as a stable coin, but I understand their significance, right? Okay, because they was one of the first ones, one of the first stable coins. I believe that shit. They was before USDC, Coinbase one. So that goes to show you they have skin in the game. They have so much liquidity flowing. I wanted to talk about was the bull trap that I see. Now, Bitcoin from 80,000, right, went up in a week. It got to 93K. So for every 1%, it's $1,000. So let's just say that it went up 13%, right? Everyone's excited. I totally get it. Everyone's excited. I totally get it. But at the same time, I'm a realist too. At the same time, I think Bitcoin is heading down. I think the bull trap is set. I think it's set. There's going to be a lot of longs liquidated, right? Because people don't understand. For Bitcoin to go up in a week 13%, that's extremely good. Now, I don't think it's going to get above 93K. And if it does change, I'll let you know. But I'm going on with my first ideal, or my first prediction that I seen. I said, we're going to have a major bounce. It bounced 13%. That's major. Within a week. It bounced 13% within a week. It hit 80K. We're now at hovering above 90K. I believe that Bitcoin itself can go down to beneath 75K, 72K. So what I'm doing, I was going to allocate some money towards the market, but you know what I said? I said, I think I allocated enough. As soon as I allocate, I know that the market is going to dip down. So why not just wait a little bit? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I just missed it. My bag is already packed. I guess I'm just being a bit greedy now. But at the same time, a lot of people are going to say, well, Bitcoin is headed back up. It's going to be headed back up. Now, as far as dollar cost averaging a Bitcoin for the long term, I'm all with it. It don't matter what price you get it at. Anything under 100K is good to me, because I see the long-term vision of it. 100K is going to be 10% of a million. In retrospect, you're going to be like, damn, I wish I would have bought it at 100K. A lot of people not thinking like that. I gave you the charts to let you know, hey, if you would have just held Bitcoin or dollar cost average and just bought Bitcoin, not trade it, don't do anything with it, just keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, you would have been up. You would have been better than any trader that's going in and out the market, because the gains, $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 gains. If you would have dollar cost average at 36, 37, 38,000, 40,000, look, it's up 90,000 right now. That's a 40, $50,000 profit. Mostly investors aren't making that. I don't care who you are. Most investors aren't making that. And now there are people, there are anomalies. People that's making that, putting 100,000, wait for it to go up 30-40%. There you have it. That's 30 to 40,000 right there. But it all depends on what game you're playing, right? It all depends on what game you're playing. The average person isn't playing that game. So I'm just talking to the average folks. They're just dollar cost averaging, or they're just going big on projects that they think that will win. Bitcoin to me is here to stay. I read it in books. I've done my research on it. I believe that it's here to stay. Is government adopting it? So that should tell you something right there. If the governments are adopting it, then that should tell you something right there. So those are a few things that's on the radar. Those are a few things that's on the radar. Pay attention to this bull trap. Hey, Crypto Doe, what's a bull trap? Basically, it's the market doing a fake out. It's pump faking like it's going up, right? And then it comes back down even beneath the point that it was at. So then it breaks 80K. So that's considered a lower low if it breaks 80K. So that's just what I see. I will let you know. You heard it here on the Crypto Doe Show. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, check out my merch. Check out my crypto merch if you want to support the channel as well. I appreciate everyone for tuning on in. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. Giving you a quick update. Happy holidays to all.